Welcome to our little, morning stream. Um, I am Autumn. I am going to be doing a little bit of writing today. I feel like it's been a while since I have written, but honestly, I'm just going to jump in and just start writing.
I love that.
Usually, you're right. Usually, when I have taken a break from doing a little bit of writing and I'm getting back into it, I'll usually like reread what I've done. And I'm like, you know what? We're not going to do that today. We're just going to get the words. We're just going to jump in and have some fun.
Exactly. No
Yeah,
wasting time on. We're just gonna jump in.
that's exactly right. But would my lovely co-host like to introduce herself, say what she's going to be working on, all that fun stuff?
Okay. Hello, I'm Sarah. Today I'm going to be working on my new adult sweet romance. Right now, I think I'm like 28,000 words into it, so that's good. Just finished. Like I've been working on copy and pasting my old first draft into the new first draft. So I just finished that yesterday or 2 days ago. And today is our first full like drafting day, no copy and pasting edits. So I'm really excited.
Ooh, so do you know what scene you're gonna be working on? Like, do you have an idea of like the words and the scene and like what you want for this, or are you just gonna kind of roll with it however you're feeling?
I think gonna kind of roll with it. I have a scene idea. I also don't have the document pulled up, so but I have
Same.
kind of an idea of where what I want to work on, but um kind of I'm gonna see what clicks. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to force my. I mean, because I'm trying to do like I'm trying to do a 10K day today, so I don't want to like start off with forcing myself into a scene that's not working. So
Absolutely.
yeah, we're gonna see where we end up.
Yeah, especially with it being a 10K day. Like that's a lot of words. So, I mean, you don't want to burn yourself out, with the first sprint trying to
In the
force it.
at 10 a.m.
Right. Have you written any words yet today, or is this like starting it?
This is starting it.
Yeah. We
Woo!
can't mess it up. We can't
No,
we can't mess it up before it starts.
no. I have to get like at least 10 words in before ugh,
Before we panic.
before we panic.
Oh my gosh. Well, I love it. So, have you announced this project out loud yet? Like, is this something I can ask? Like, do you have a project title?
I I don't have a project title. I'm sharing the title soon because the game plan is to uh so I'm gonna have Love and Other Champagne Problems free at the end of December, and the game plan is to have this book's pre-order linked in the back of that book. So to have a pre-order, I'm gonna have to announce the title. So the title's coming soon, but and like I'm gonna put the pre-order like far out, so I have plenty of time to get it finished. But so like
Yeah.
I talked about it here and there, but nothing like no formal announcement, sort of. But I feel
Oh,
like I have talked about who it's about, what it's about, sort of thing. So here and there.
nice. I love that.
Mhm.
That's exciting. So, is it going to be in the same world as Love and Other Champagne Problems, or is that a spoiler?
No, it's
Okay.
it's in the same world. There's a side character in the first one that is going to be the love interest in this one. So it's excited.
Ooh, I feel like we love this love interest. Just the way you got all giddy about it.
Actually, people hate him, so that's what makes it fun.
Oh my gosh, I
Like a
love it even more.
redemption sort of thing.
Oh, you
Here for
can.
it.
Oh, I love it. I love how you're just like, yes, nobody likes him, and he's gonna be the love interest. I love it.
We're gonna we're gonna. I mean, they like him and not. I've heard people say like they didn't like him, but they're curious of his story. It's like there's still some realm of likability in the negative aspects, you know.
Absolutely. It's exactly the perfect character, honestly.
It's fun. It's fun to write.
It is fun to write. Absolutely. It looks like Maddie popped in to join us. Good morning. Long time no chat. Good morning, ladies. How's it going? So far, so good. The night. young.
Yeah, we're just kind of there's a lot that could go wrong still, but it's going fine for now.
At least we didn't start this at 8 a.m. I will just be proud of us for never doing that again.
Never, ever again. No.
No. I mean, I even felt like 10 a.m. was a little early, but we were like, it's early enough for it not to be too early.
Yeah, for sure. No, yeah, on the cusp of just early enough.
Exactly. Especially for
No.
us, because it's like, well, I know we both used to be like night owls. I can't remember if you have kind of turned more into a night owl when once you moved back home, but I know me and you have been like going to bed super early, waking up pretty early, and that's not like us.
No, for real, no. Although I have noticed since moving back, I am staying up late again. That's so bizarre.
Really?
Like last
That
night,
is
I was up till 1:30. I'm like, what are we like? I used to be in bed by 10 at the apartment. Like, what is going on?
right. And then getting up between like 7 and 8, kind of like starting the day.
Yeah, I still
How
get up at
wild.
7. My body still wakes me up that early. I'm
Oh
very
no.
annoyed about it, but
Oh my
it's fine.
gosh. Well, hopefully, you'll adjust. Your body is just trying to figure out what it wants to do.
Yes, yes, for sure.
Good morning. Just hopping on. Got lost in edits. Ooh,
Welcome, welcome.
yeah. Found a book I worked on a couple of years ago and will be annotating the printout and also working on my haunted house novella. Ooh, I love me a
Fun.
haunted house. Oh man. I read okay, I just said I love haunted house books, but I'm about to talk about one that like it was fine. Like it was good and I liked it and I would recommend it. It's called The Stranger Upstairs by Lisa M. Oh, I gave the book to my mom, so I can't remember. Lisa M something. um, it was an interesting book and it was a haunted
Really?
house book. Yeah. Like it was the atmosphere of it was super creepy and super like ominous, especially like I was listening to the audiobook at certain times and so I had like a you know noise canceling headphones on and I was folding laundry. My fiance had come in and I didn't hear him come in at like this certain part in the book and so he was like, "Hey." And then, I nearly had a heart attack.
Oh no.
But that's when you
That's
know.
funny.
Right. It's a good book because,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, the eeriness of it.
I love that.
Hannah Marie is here and says good morning. It's 7 a.m. here, so I'll be doing editing. Nice. We will be jumping into our first sprint very soon. Yes, Sarah.
Did I miss do you have more than one cat in your background? No? You
Uh,
don't?
I don't.
No? Well, the thing in the top corner looked like it was moving, and I saw Crash jump down, and I'm like, "Did I miss that she got another cat?" It's just my eyes. Okay, good. I was gonna say, "How
No,
did I miss a big life change in my friend's life?" Hello.
no, I think he was at the top and he like it may have been wobbling because he was just getting down and you may have seen
Oh,
him
okay,
walk
okay, okay.
by.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I'm not
I
seeing a
still just have
ghost
the
or
one.
nothing.
No ghosts. I hope not. It's 9 a.m. in my neck of the woods, so good time to start working. Absolutely. We're about to jump into our first sprint, Maddie, so be good timing. I'm editing a new video, and I'm probably going to take a look at my screenplay to get started on draft 4. Ooh, nice.
Fun.
Good luck with your screenplay. I remember you talking about the book in one of my recent videos. Oh, yeah. I think I did talk about that book in my recent video. I forget.
I
So,
was gonna say
okay,
it,
so
it sounds familiar. You saying it, it sounded familiar to me, so that's probably why.
interesting. Well, and you know what's so crazy is like so I have like I pre like all of my videos are like a month old now. So by the
Mm.
time they get posted, it's been like 2 months since like filming, and so I'm like, did I really talk about that? Because it's been such a long time. But
Mm.
like usually when it's like fresh in your mind, you're like, oh yeah, I did talk about that. But then by the time I post my videos, because I'm only doing like every other week or like twice a month with my videos now, I'm like, oh boy, I batch them all at once. And then because it takes me so long to edit them,
Makes sense.
right? I'm also trying to get through a book and start Christmas as we know it for the read along.
Fun.
Woohoo!
I need to
When
start
does that start?
reading.
Ooh, I was gonna say, when does that start? I remember you
It
announcing it.
started
But,
Sunday. It started
oh,
Sunday. And I have not started reading at all. So it's fine.
it's fine.
I'm
It'll be
I'm
okay.
better at I'm better at a binge session where I sit down and read the whole thing, not like 3 chapters a day. I can't do that.
That's that's true.
Yeah.
I know you're like that with like the beta reading too, where you just like to do it
Mhm.
all in like one sitting.
Yes, absolutely.
Um, were we ready to go ahead and jump into the first sprint?
I am ready.
Sweet. So Sarah and I had talked about this backstage. We're probably just gonna do maybe like two 25-ish minute sprints. And then we'll just peace out for the day. But if we already had the 25 up there, so did we just want to go ahead and stick with the 25?
That works.
Okay, perfect. So good luck, everyone. I don't know what the timer will sound like, but good luck, and we'll see you in 25 minutes. Yay!
That was so cute.
That was so cute. I was not expecting that to happen, but that was better than I could have asked for.
Oh, for sure.
So how did you do?
I got 650 words, which
Ooh,
I feel really good about. Um, so yeah.
awesome. Well, that's a great start to your 10K day.
Yes. We're close to at least 1K. That's great.
Yeah, and that was in, a little less than half an hour.
Yeah.
So
We're gonna crush it. My main
you are,
character is mad, so it's easy to write anger, you know? So
right? You're just like fueling it. You're like,
yeah.
yeah.
When she becomes not mad, then it's probably gonna go by slower. But for now it's working.
Yeah. Well, and it always is kind of fun to write those scenes too, because it's like it could be one of those heat of the moment type situations. So you're like, how would I react? Or how would this character react in like an angry situation, and just be like, God.
Yeah. It flowed so well.
I love that. I'm glad that you did so well for your first sprint. It's very promising for the
It
10K.
is. How did you do?
I wrote 496 words.
Awesome.
I feel pretty good about it. So this story is it's different for me in a lot of ways because it's my first thriller that I'm ever writing, and it's my first dual POV. So it's interesting, like flipping back and forth between my two characters.
Yeah.
Because one of them is an untrustworthy narrator. So like she's lying through the whole thing. And it's so much fun to write like a liar because I'm like, you're not telling the truth about anything that's happening right now. And
I
it's
love that.
it's so fun. But like you're not supposed to know who's telling the truth and who's not, obviously, until the end.
Sure. I love that. Oh,
Yeah,
that'd be so fun to write.
it is so fun. Like, and that's kind of why like I was like, I'm not gonna reread what I wrote. I'm just gonna jump in and start writing because it's like I know she's a liar. I know like a few of the things I wanted for this scene, so we're just going for it.
I love it. And I love that you could just jump back in. Like it worked still cuz even though you wanted to, sometimes even though you want to, you still struggle to get into the feel of it. So I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm having so much fun writing this thriller. And who knows, like maybe, when I go back to edit this, I'm gonna be like, maybe I should have taken the time to refresh. But it's fine. It's just a first draft.
Exactly, exactly. There's plenty of time to clean it up in editing.
Exactly. Exactly. So it did look like someone had popped in and joined us while we were sprinting. So hello.
Love.
Megan says, I love editing with Halloween music ambiance during Christmas. It gives me the perfect spooky vibes for the book. Absolutely.
That's funny.
I love it. Hoping to give more of a spooky vibe with this draft of the book. Yeah, I love that. I love like spooky, witchy, like kind of creepy type music when I am like writing this book too. One of my favorite, this is so funny. I'm not listening to it now, but when I do draft this story, the one song I have as I'm like setting up, like getting into the headspace of the story is Hotel California.
Fun.
Because I was like, this song is so creepy and I love it. And it reminds me of the Cecil Motel. Like, I don't know if you know what that
I
is.
do, I do.
It just reminds me of that. And then it just makes me think of this book. And I just like, I love it so much.
We love the paths our brains connect with those kinds of. I love that. That's fun.
Right? Even if it's not accurate, it's like, it's still a good time.
Yeah, exactly.
Maddie goes, oh my gosh, I thought that was my cat. Love it. It's hard for me to get words in because I'm writing in a journal, feeling emotion, and writing dialogue is easier than setting up the story for me.
Understandable.
Absolutely. I know, I feel like I used to love like writing in a journal, but I feel like I could never write my thoughts down fast enough
Hmm.
and I would lose them. Like, what was it?
Yeah.
But anytime I, hear anybody saying that they write in a journal, I'm like, I love that for you. I really wish that could be me.
I swear. Well, I just realized, like, I used to like go through notebooks so fast. And I was looking at my notebook and I'm like, I have stuff from Dreaming About the Boy Next Door in here, and I wrote that in 2022. Like, and I'm not even halfway through this notebook. I'm like, excuse me? What,
Isn't that
what
crazy?
happened?
And isn't it weird as like we transition as a writer, like we find new ways that like work better for us? Like clearly you haven't felt the need to, write anything down in a journal. It's just
Mm,
been however you've been doing it since 2022 and it's like I didn't even realize I changed my process.
didn't even realize. And here we are. I'm like, wow. But
Right?
it is funny how like you can evolve and just not notice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's so strange. Like it's so interesting how like the mind works. And I feel like it depends on the story too,
Mhm.
like if you have like a really solid like foundation for the idea or like just, in your head and you're like, I don't really need to write out anything. We're just gonna jump in and go for it.
Yeah, exactly. How funny.
Because it's like with this story, or like I guess I should say in the past, I feel like I've been a pretty big plotter, but like when I draft, I allow myself to pants a little bit if I feel like I've got an idea that could go somewhere. But I feel like with this story,
Oh,
I just I know you're good. I missed it, but I heard it.
I put my weight on this arm to like sit up so I can pull the blanket, and my arm fell off.
Isn't that the worst? It's
Ooh, we're
fine.
good. We're
You're
good.
fine.
Back to you.
You're good. Um, but I feel like with this story, I just like I knew what my ending was
Mhm.
and I had an idea of my beginning and I just like wrote out some plot points. And I was like, I have my plot points. I know I wanted this to be dual POV and I know the ending. We're just gonna write and have some fun.
I love that, especially because like you said, you were kind of big with plotting.
Yeah.
So I love that for you.
Yeah. I have just like one page of like like on a Google Doc of the bullet points and then like the ending and who I want like whose ending to be and then like that's it. I mean, I'm not saying it's gonna work, but
I mean, but you feel good enough to move forward without everything else.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Writing is so interesting,
Fun.
right? Drafted a new opening scene, 450 words, and structuring the book with chapters as I originally wrote it in the book. Didn't have chapters, just alternating POV, which makes it confusing to edit.
Uh,
We were just talking about tool POV too.
I bet it would be hard if you didn't have chapters because you wouldn't be able to point out in your brain like, oh, this chapter was when this happened for this. I don't know. That would be confusing for me anyway.
Yeah, for sure. I write all my ideas in my notes app so I can refer back to them. See, and I love how different it is for everybody too.
Mm-hmm.
Ava says, "Hey, it's been so long since I got you two streaming."
Hello. It's been a while since we've been streaming.
Yes, it was what, November of 2023?
Crazy. When you said that to me, I'm like, I beg your pardon, because our other ones
Wow.
were just pre-recorded. We didn't do live.
Right, yeah. I know I was a little like I don't want to say nervous about streaming like live again because I was like, I don't remember how to do this. So I was like, here a little bit early trying to remember how all the features go. And I'm like, okay, we'll be fine.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We'll figure it out. If we crash and burn, we crash and burn.
We,
We're doing it together. We'll
that's
crash
right.
together.
Just like usual, we always crash and burn together as a team.
Yes. Exactly.
The idea for my screenplay hit me while I was watching Scream 5. I love that, Maddie. It has absolutely nothing to do with horror, but I love how our brains generate random ideas like that.
Isn't that funny?
It's so crazy. I remember reading somewhere, or maybe watching, I can't quite remember, and I might get the details a little bit wrong because it's been so long, but I know the author who wrote The Hunger Games, I'm pretty sure she got those two ideas from like flipping between like a game show and like a gladiator movie or something like that. And that's how
Oh,
she like got an idea for The Hunger Games. And
fun.
it was like at like 1 o'clock in the morning. It was something like that. And I was like, it's so crazy. It's like Maddie said, how our brains just generate random ideas.
Yeah, I love it. I love it that you never know what's gonna come up too.
Right? And it could be like that missing plot point that you've always wanted.
Yes.
And it comes at like the most randomest time.
Uh-huh.
Going to break the chapters up when I get to a certain word count length, thinking about 1,500 words per chapter. Yeah, I
Very
say
cool.
go for it. I always get ideas when I'm out and about, right? And
That's like the worst too. Like you can't, because for me, if I get an idea and I can't write it down, I have to just repeat it in my head over and over. But like when you're out and about and like doing something, like I can't repeat something in my head over and over. I'm like, ugh.
right? And then you're like, I will remember this when I get home. And then you sit down to like write it or, type it out or whatever. And you're like, I don't remember.
Never do. No.
It's the worst. I had no idea there were so many screams. My favorite is just the first one. That's always been just my all-time favorite.
I've only ever seen the first one and then one that they released a couple of years ago. 2 years ago?
Yeah, I haven't seen
One
that
of
one.
I don't know. I don't know which one that would have been, but it was one where they all like reunioned or whatever, and I don't know.
Yeah. It looked good. I was just scared to see it.
Oh yeah. Do you like horror movies or not really?
Um, not really, but I love reading
Interesting.
horror.
Interesting.
Isn't that so weird?
It's fine. It's interesting.
I think it's the visual effects. It's like the visual
Oh.
effects and the noises that scare me. Because, like, in a book, I mean, I still get visuals, but, like, I can kind of, like, dumb it down
Yeah,
or
you
make
get
it
to control it.
right. But,
Yeah.
like, or, if I'm reading and it's, like, a little too scary, I can be like, okay, well, we're done with that.
Yeah, exactly. I get that. I get that.
Yeah. Uh, I'm finding so many typos. I have no idea where my current whips idea started, politically maybe, though that's not really at all political. Isn't it crazy? It's so wild. The first scream creeped me out. The first scene, her parents are so close. Um, I think I didn't watch after that one movie.
That's so funny.
It's also so frustrating because when I get motivated to write, but I can't because I don't have my stuff. That too, that I think is also really annoying. Okay, so somebody else enjoys reading it more than watching it.
Interesting. Huh.
Because you like horror movies, right, Sarah?
Yes, yeah, I do.
I thought so. Like you have them just like playing in the background, right, when you do things? Or do you do
Sometimes, yeah.
that's so
I don't know, there's
wild.
stuff and I just ended up watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like, I was holding out for the longest time because I'm like, "That sounds scary, everyone says it's scary," and I was watching it, I'm like, "This is so tame." And I'm like, "Am I okay?"
Oh my gosh. See, I'm not like a big gore person, and that one's pretty gory, right?
S I don't remember being too gory, but I think one of, like, the remakes or newer versions of it must be worse because this one was just corny and dumb. But and everybody says it's a great movie and it's so scary. I'm like, "Am I watching the correct one?" But it was, like, the first in the 60s and the 70s. I don't remember what year it was, but because I thought it was gory too. I thought everyone said it was gory, but this one, I don't know. It was nothing special. Someone said it was their favorite horror movie, and I'm like, do you not watch many, or
There's like, you don't get out much, do you?
I'm so judgy. It was a boy, so I'm allowed to judge.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That's funny. Is that the one where they're like in a convenience store at one point? They're like buying stuff at like a counter or something. Is that one? I know that's in a lot of horror movies, so that's probably not very like a good
Um,
explanation.
I don't think so. It's about this group of like I think they're supposed to be teenagers, and they go to a family house for something. I can maybe I just didn't pay attention close enough. But and there's a killer that gets them. But like the thing is, I don't like horror movies where like the girls like throw their hands up in the air trying to scream and run away, and like it's so stupid, so tacky. And that time frame of horror movies really plays into the make the girl scream as loud and crazy as she can as she gets murdered sort of thing. It's like,
Oh
okay,
my gosh.
like what are your fantasies about, director, Mr. Writer? Like, why is it just the girls that scream? And I don't know. Anyway.
That is so funny, Sarah. You have me cackling over here. I can't laugh super like a lot because then I'm gonna start coughing because I've had like this cough forever, but
Poor thing.
that's so funny. Just
Over here just being a hater.
just know I'm laughing with you and I agree with you. Um, but yeah, I agree with Maddie on this one. I like my horror with a dash of comedy. Like she's just here for a good time.
Yeah.
And
I feel
then
like it needs to be like what's one horror comedy that I saw? Ready or Not is a horror comedy, and it was that one was really good, really good.
ooh, okay.
Don't like
Uh I don't like slasher horror at all. Yeah, it's there's definitely, and then someone else also said they can't do the gore, which is like a big thing. Like I'm not like big into gore either. That's actually why I stopped watching The Walking Dead after a certain point because of one of my
Have we
favorite
talked about
characters
this?
dying. We
Yes.
have,
I
and I'm
stopped I
scared,
stopped then too.
and I'm scared to spoil it for anyone. I know The Walking Dead has been out for so long, but I'm just scared. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but when a certain something happened to one of my favorite original characters, I was like, I'm done.
Well, and like that gore, like up until that point, they were kind of like not horrible with the gore. I mean, it was there, but like not overt, and like that was so gratuitous and like nauseating that I'm like,
Yes,
hello.
nauseating. That's
It was
that.
it was a very big like F you to the watchers who loved his character, because like you gave him the most brutal death possible. You
And
suck.
he did not deserve it. He did not
No.
deserve that. We have talked about this before, Sarah. I feel like we have.
I think so. But I also talked about it with like several other people because it presses me.
Right? It's like, oh, it makes me so upset, even just thinking about it.
Yeah.
I love this. It was like, we know who you're talking about. We all started rebelling at the same time.
Horrifying. I really want to
Oh,
know how much their viewership dropped after that.
I would
I'm so curious.
I would love to see those stats too, because I know a lot of people I like used to watch it with, and like because I was still in school at the time. I don't know if I was in the school at time when that happened, but like it was always, on Sunday, and everyone would go to school on Monday talking about like The Walking Dead. But I know after that
Mhm.
point, everyone was just like, done.
Yeah. And unfortunate because it was like the beginning or the end of it. No, it was the beginning of the season. It was the first episode, like the first little bit of the season, wasn't it? Because like something happens
I
in the last episode, but you don't know who it happened to. I
I think
just finished the rewatch of up until that point, and I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I'm
And
pretty sure you
it's
don't know
been
who it happened to.
oh, I think you're right. I think it was like a whole mystery thing. Like I think you're like that, like not knowing who it was, so you had to watch the next episode of the
Like
next
a
season.
cliffhanger sort of. Could you
Yeah.
imagine? And then the first episode of the next season, you find I I would have dropped it then too. If you had been waiting for that, no, I had it on Netflix. I had it easy. No.
That's right. I think you're right.
Yeah, I watched it a few months ago before I moved. I
Yeah,
feel like that's
never
what I
watched
remember.
it. Yeah,
It's good.
it was disappointing to
Yeah,
say,
that was.
right? Do we want to go ahead and jump into our second and final sprint?
Yes, I'm ready.
Sweet. So I'll go ahead and put up the little, banner across the bottom. So this will be our last sprint, at, you know, yeah, for this stream. Um, all right. So best of luck, everyone. Get all the words, and we will see you in 25 minutes. Yay! So
There we go. There we go.
how did we do for our last sprint?
So I got 517 words. Great. The scene ended and the fire angerness ended. So then I'm like, now what do we do? So
Now we have to pause for a second and be like, okay,
yeah.
now what am I feeling?
Yeah, exactly. So then when I paused, Twitter caught my attention. I'm like, shoot. So then I got sucked in. So
Oh
it's
no.
K-pop Twitter. So like I swear I'm not weird and like I don't know. Twitter sometimes can suck. I don't know, but K-pop Twitter is easy to get sucked into. So
I love how you explained that too. You're like, it's K-pop. It's K-pop Twitter. It's fine.
because I feel like a lot of people are like, how does one just get sucked into Twitter? You know what I mean? Like, what is so interesting on Twitter that you're like sucked into? It's K-pop Twitter.
That is so funny. I love that though. I don't remember the last time I have logged into Twitter, so it's been a while.
Yeah, for my author stuff, it's been forever, ever and ever. And I don't think I will ever return.
I don't blame you. I know it was getting pretty toxic over there, like the last time I logged in, which was years ago.
Mhm. Mhm.
Man.
How'd you
Um,
do?
I ended up writing 451 words and
Nice.
I switched POVs, so I'm in the next chapter and I'm having fun. Yeah, just enjoying
Good.
it.
Good. Good.
Yeah. I also saw this last comment. I know we probably don't want to go down the rabbit hole again, talking about um, what we were talking about before, like horror and all of that. But
Mhm.
I just had to kind of giggle at this because if it's iZombie, if it's the one I'm thinking of, is that the one where you're like following, it's a comedy, but you're following around the zombies' perspective? Is that this movie?
I thought iZombie was a TV show. I guess I don't
Oh,
remember.
well, you might be right because there's another one and it's like a funny comedy zombie movie. That's what I was thinking it was.
Huh,
But
maybe
I
it is, but maybe.
who knows?
Have you ever seen, oh my gosh, have you ever seen Warm Bodies?
That's what I was thinking of. That's what I was thinking of.
Did you enjoy it?
I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny. Like I just took it for what it was. But that's what I was thinking iZombie was. So I don't know what iZombie is, but Warm Bodies was what I was thinking about.
Well, when you said that, I'm like, I was waiting for you to say romance, and I was like, okay, then maybe that is. It was, I remember I went to see this movie with my mom and my friend, my best friend at the time. And my mom and I come out of the theater, like, we can look at each other, we know we hated that movie. We get into the car, my best friend's like, that was the best movie I've ever seen. We were like, but I think if you were, I'm also not somebody who enjoys comedy too much, and that's very comedy heavy.
It was. It was a very like light, like don't take this too seriously type of movie.
Yeah, and that's not what I was going into it thinking. I was thinking because thinking they were pitching it for like Valentine's Day, so I was going into it like a cutesy. Oh,
Okay,
so
I could
funny.
see how you were very upset because of the expectations that they gave you for it.
Yeah, I was thinking more Twilight expectations. No,
Like this was not Twilight. I was quite
this is not
upset.
Twilight. uh,
Oh, that's so funny. I'm so glad I said that about that comment because it was like right as we were like starting to sprint. So, but I wanted to like circle back to it, but I was thinking about what you referred what you said, Sarah. Warm bodies. That's what I thought iZombie was. But it looks like Bree had popped in. I don't know if she's still here, but thank you for popping in to say hi. We always love to see your lovely comments. I hope you're doing well, my friend. And Laura also popped in while we were sprinting. Good morning. And Angel popped in as well. Hello. I hope you all were able to get some writing in for the final sprint of our little live stream. Maddie finished editing a new video and uploading it now. Very productive. Absolutely. And Hannah also finished editing a 28-minute video. Love all the
Nice.
progress. Copy and pasted 311 words. Absolutely
Very
love
nice.
it. Megan also says possibly came up with a publishing goal to have this book out on Halloween 2025. Good job. Good luck. She eats the brains to see what happens to the victims. Interesting. Oh, I think I know. I haven't watched this movie, but I do think I remember seeing previews for it and maybe seeing like I guess it would be the cover of why can I not think of the name of what is it called? It's the cover, right?
Poster?
For a poster. Yes. Yes. I was like, that's not right. And I did a book and that of it like a movie.
I love you.
Oh Lord. God, we've been streaming too long. This is what happens. Okay, and Megan says it is a TV show. Okay. I do think I remember seeing previews for that and posters. Someone told me Train uh is the one production. Train to Busan, is that how you pronounce that?
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. Is the one production that has a zombie concept that is best, but I haven't watched it yet. Ah,
It's
interesting.
really good. It's
Oh,
very,
you've
very good.
seen it?
It's a K-drama. It's a
Oh, it's a
K-drama.
K-drama?
Mhm. And it's dubbed. But it's really good. It's that popular that it would be dubbed and popular even if though it's dubbed. It's really good.
Huh, interesting. I have not heard of that one yet. And she works for the FBI. Okay, I do think I know the iZombie one now. Maddie also says that it's an amazing movie. It's so sad, but it's so
Mhm.
good. Oh, oh, some other
Good.
people do too. Okay,
Yeah,
and it's a
so good.
movie. Ooh, I don't know
Mark,
if
you
I'll
should watch
ever.
it.
Right.
And Autumn, you should watch it. It's not I don't remember if it's gory or not though, but if you're into zombie stuff, it's a good one.
I definitely feel like there was a phase where it was like everybody loved zombies and loved
Yeah,
anything that had to do with that. I think that The Walking Dead really triggered that vibe.
they really did. Really, really did.
Oh my goodness. Well, we have reached the end of the stream. I hope everybody enjoyed writing with Sarah and I for a little bit. I know I had a lot of fun. It's been so long since we've streamed, but who knows?
I
Maybe we'll do it
know.
again.
We should. I think we should.
We should, maybe next year sometime, at the end of next year. We'll be like, oh, I
You
forgot we were
know.
supposed to stream again.
So our yearly thing.
Right? It might be. Who knows? I guess we'll find out next year. Oh, well, thank you everyone for writing with us today, being here, hanging out. We definitely enjoyed it. We will all see you the next time we stream. Hopefully not in a year, but who knows? Thank you. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.